Still wondering how to land a job into product-based company with a stunning portfolio? My name is Saurabh. I'm a founder of UX Products and I do run a design community called Design Clan. And I'm also providing a mentorship at Dice Academy. If you're someone looking for any sort of course, please make sure to give us a visit. I had a very similar conversation with one of my mentee named as Subhankar. He was working as a graphic designer in a very reputed company as wanting to switch into product design. And I had a conversation with him and I have reviewed his complete portfolio. What has to be there in the portfolio and what does it take to get a good product based company when you are creating a portfolio? This video will going to be a Bible for you. This video will going to be a Gita, Quran, whatever you believe in for you. It's a complete guide to create a wholesome experience into your portfolio. So without a further ado, let's get started. So, hi Shubhankar, welcome to the one-to-one mentorship session with Saurav. So before moving forward, so we're gonna take it this way. First, I'm gonna start with your introduction, who you are, where you coming from, and your design. Like, how are you into design? Are you into design, or you are already working somewhere, or you're looking to get into design? So whatever the status is, you're gonna talk about that. Then we're gonna discuss about like what sort of challenges you're facing, and how can I contribute to those problems.
Yeah, sure,
Now
sure.
it's over to you.
So here I'm Subhankar Raut and I'm from Odisha. So I have completed my graduation from JIT University Gunpur in 2021. So after 21, I am just started my career because I know I'm coming from the BTech background, but during my BTech I explored many things in designing. So I came into that's why I moved into designing. But so initially I was started as a graphic designer in RPA Tech as an intern. It was 6 month internship. Then after complete completion of 6 months of internship, then it's coming to the full time role. And right now, I am over here. They are only RPA Tech, and it's already about 3 years. And there I have to explore many things in graphics as well as there I am particularly working on courses, designing courses for platform like Coursera, Udemy as well. And also in that in during this period, I explore UI UX designing. So right now I am working UI UX designing in my company internal projects like their websites or something if they will develop some kind of product or something kind of that. But right now my plan is to switch over the complete in UI UX. So that's why
I see.
yeah.
Amazing. That sounds good. So you, this RPA Tech is an education tech company or a product-based company? They are having some sort of
RPA
product there.
basically is a robotic process automation company which is
I
providing
know.
kind of automation services to different kind of domain like what travel ho gaya, like otherwise health and medical like something kind of that or bank reconciliation. So these services they are giving to different kind of companies. And regarding UI UX, so basically I have to create like company websites and all. If they will create some kind of process to for a customer, so how it will look like, so how it will the UI user interface design. So that's they basically created. But most probably I'm working on courses just because there is a content development department in our RPTech who is creating courses for Power Automate desktop as well as UI path for their product. So that's why I am working over there as a visual designer.
Understood. Understood. That sounds amazing. And why do you like? No, no, I'll not be asking that. Like, why do you want to switch? But I'll be just wondering. Like, is this the only reason that you want to get into full-fledged UI UX role, or is there any other reason that's why you want to switch from there?
Switch from the where? I mean, from the domain UI UX.
From RPA Tech.
No, no, it's not kind of any kind of reason to switch over there just because very good company. It is a completely employee friendly company as well. So that's why I'm completed my three over in the same company. So
Hundred
basically,
percent agreed.
yeah. So what's the thing is that key I just want to exploring product designing basically. So it's not about key initially I have to start with product designing. I have to understand there is something things like user research, user phenomena, user persona, have to quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis. Many things is there to create a product. For creating a product, you have to 70% research. I mean, list you have to implement or design something kind of that.
Hundred
So
percent.
so before going to moving to particular that because I'm just right now I'm 24. So I'm looking for something kind of, if when I will get 5 or 6 year experience, maybe I will apply for, because Google and Amazon are something kind of the big tech companies that they're asking for 5 to 8 years of experience. So before that, I just want to polish my career, in particular in this field as well. So that's why I'm just thinking to, I mean, going moving forward to this domain. So that's why so I yesterday, actually, basically you are like repost such kind of, initially I have sent several requests to many product designer or UI UX designer. So here I get to connect with you, and you also share every day, you share to where the UI UX designer job posted and all. So yesterday just I was moving to a profile, so I see here, I saw ki one-on-one interaction. Just because I'm coming from a such kind of background, there is no kind of person who is I mean, guide me in I mean, regarding in designing or something kind of that. So I have to
I
like
see.
I have to use YouTube or something kind of people who's doing like me, or by seeing other portfolios. From there I'm getting inspiration, and then I'm coming to do some such kind of things like. So that's the thing. And basically I have already taken a course from
From
online, from LinkedIn Learning, from user experience design as well. So I have just, sir, see, actually, I mean, sort of, this is the thing is like that ki, there is some kind of theory part, they have some practical part. When we get into practical things, then we have to, I mean, experience lots of things over there. So basically,
100%.
तो कोर्सेस में तो वो हो जाता है कि लाइक दे विल ओनली टेल यू द थ्योरी, यूजर को ऐसे करना पड़ता है, ऐसे क्वेश्चन करते हैं, पर पर्टिकुलरली इफ आई एम वर्किंग ऑन ए ट्रैवल ऐप और समथिंग काइंड ऑफ, सो हाउ उस टाइम पे क्वेश्चन मेरे को कैसे करना चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए कि यूजर को आंसर दे, क्योंकि यूजर के पास तो बहुत सारी चीज होगा, पर मेरे को पर्टिकुलरली किस चीज पे काम करना है वो मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा. सो दिस थिंग्स, बिकॉज मैं अभी डिजाइनिंग में ठीक ठाक हूँ, मतलब ठीक ठाक हूँ, मतलब वो तो आप, मतलब मैं आपको शेयर करूंगा पोर्टफोलियो, आप बताएंगे. तो आई एम नॉट, मतलब मैं भी, तो मैं नहीं बोल सकता, पर रिसर्च में मेरे को बहुत एक्सप्लोर करना है
I see.
रिसर्च में. तो
Makes sense.
दैट्स वाई मैं सोच रहा था कि अगर मैं कुछ नया कंपनी ट्राई करूँ.
That sounds really good. Like you already have some understanding of UX, and UI. You are somewhere already doing it. As you said, you are customizing the websites or redesigning them, or creating some landing pages. So that's amazing that you already understand the fundamental part of the UI. And like, just want to know one more thing. Like, what sort of challenges you are facing nowadays? Like when you're applying for the opportunities, have you got any feedback? Or if you got the feedback, what was that?
Basically, right now I have an offer as for a senior UI UX developer for a company.
Developer
So
or a designer?
they written their UI UX developer, because I have written that I have the knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So maybe they will maybe have to create some kind of static site or content part. I don't know. But in my offer letter, they written that senior UI UX developer.
Okay, makes
So,
sense.
okay, so fine. The second thing is that where I'm facing the challenges most timely, I'm just lagging with the research part basically. So that's why the thing ki how I will, I mean, doing it will get. And second thing is that ki I just want to, sir, just review my portfolio and all. I just need someone who is experienced in that to give me a review, because there I didn't get kind of some kind of, because when I will chat to my friend and all, they will see only design. Okay, design is good. Okay, fine. Okay, looking good. But for you people, sir, you are some kind of experienced one. So you can tell me, ki, Shubhankar, in your resume or CV, this thing is mistake. Or Shubhankar, your portfolio, you this thing should be art. So that's the things right now I need from you. So
Amazing, amazing. So you do one thing. We're gonna start from there only. So like, share your portfolio link. I'm gonna quickly review it,
okay,
and then
so
we're gonna take it forward.
shall I put some kind of, okay, better I will share my resume link. Subhankar Rahul.
Yes, you can share it me in the chat only. You can directly chat with me, right?
So here I will share my CV. Here you can find all links over there. So right now I am using this CV to apply in the job.
Mm-hmm. CV looks good, by the way. Let me share my screen so that you better also able
Okay,
to look.
sure.
Hopefully, my screen is visible to you now.
Yeah, sure.
The resume looks really good. RPA Tech, I already know about. Like, it's a really good company. So you have completed your like masters from
No,
Kite,
no,
right?
I'm doing right now. It will be
Yeah,
complete
yeah,
after
you are
25.
doing it. Okay,
Thanks with the
amazing. And this university is itself in like Odisha or like somewhere else.
Yes, yes, the both university are from Odisha. JIT University is a Gandhi Institute of Engineering Technology. It is well known in Odisha, Gunupur, JIT Gunupur.
Amazing. Let me go through your resume and let me see. So this is the work that you have done for UI and UX.
Recently, I did this two
Fit
application.
flow. Okay, that looks good. You like looks it's looking like very much of the first experience of me like is more of like it's looking very much of chat GPT work. You've used like chat GPT a lot in this, right? Or you have conducted research itself.
No, no,
Because
no. I didn't conducted some such kind of things over there. But I have to give him the some kind of data to and some things I have getting from the ChatGPT as well.
it's pure templatized case study. So if like company can the people who are not having a very set up design team, they might not be able to understand it or they might not be able to scan it. But at a first glance, I can say it's a more of a like very templatized data. So what you can do, my friend, like this
Uh,
is also workable when you're starting out as a fresher or when you are not looking that good product companies, then these sort of case studies works because I don't know like once I come here, like to be very honest, I've been a lead designer and I have hired couple of designers, right? I have not scanned like this, like I was not going word to word. So in a first go I should be able to understand what you are solving for in first instance only. Here I just got to know about fitness, but I don't know like what sort of things you're doing in fitness. So there are a whole lot of segment in fitness. Like so many people are solving for very very different things. So you'll have to be very clear upfrontly in a very first go. Like what are you solving for? That's a good part. Like you have shown some screen, so I have pretty much idea like what I'm gonna just like get at last. But at least I should get to know like what is the USP of your product. Why did you solve this problem? Right? The revolutionary these adjectives, personalized, intuitive tracking, healthier, happier. Like these are the very generic word in fitness, right? So you'll have to understand that. Another thing, I'm not able to understand your design process. Like what design framework did you use? Because this vertical text nobody reads, right? And I am expecting to read this way, like my eyeballs goes from left to right. So it has to be like this. Nobody's gonna go up and down, right? Have you ever read like this? Like first you have read this, then read this, then read this. It doesn't work like this, right? You go from left to right, and then you come to the next line. That's how it works. So it is the thing that I'm not able to understand what it is. Then problem solution, do not write that much text, don't add too much text there, because I'm barely able to understand like the many people struggle to find an effective and user friendly fitness solution, very generic, meets their specific goals and keeps them motivated. They face challenges such as I didn't get it. Like, what are you solving for? Then I got to know little glimpses of like you are solving for lack of personalization, and you're gonna give them a better visualization of their data, and then isolation in their fitness journey without a supportive community. Don't get it. What it is? Limited access to expert guidance and resources, may be not cost friendly and lack of information. Very much generic. Again, user persona, I don't know like why how did you make this user persona, and what is this written relentless crafting your centric fitness heavy have let no stone unturned. Very much generic content, extensive user research encompassing both quantitative and qualitative methodology. You don't need to make me understand, I already know all these things because I am a senior designer. That's why I'm looking over your portfolio. So you don't need to give me a very generic definition of user research or user personas and all, right? I don't know what it is saying, how much percent it is.
Actually,
Here
there
I
is
Hmm.
basically I have taken my five friends. So here I came to the data like where they actually which gender and all. So by using such kind
So
of things, I have.
no, I got that. Like here, I can easily guess like it's a half of the circle. So 50% this and this is 50%. But I'm not able to actually visualize it, like how much it is, right? You have not written any number here, and here also, right? I don't know what the number it is, and even I don't know how many participants have participated in this research, and even I don't know what is this process called here, because you have not told me. Like, it's quantitative research, and we call it user surveys. You have not mentioned it, and then what's your again? I don't know, like, how, what, on what basis you have created these personas. Again, you have given a definition here. So in a very like the people the like, it's the kind of case study where the design team is not that matured. In that case it can work, but if you're going to go for a very diverse design team, with the people are working there already know design very well, and they're not looking for the like very generic designer, then this case study might not work. But that can work in the very outsourcing sort of companies, or the kind of like multidisciplinary role like you already had offer from, like developer blend with design also. They are looking for a developer and the person who can design do the design also. That is not a pure design role that you told about. I'm not like sure much about, but as you said, UI UX developer, these are the kind of roles where they are actually looking for a developer. But if they can do a little bit of design or understand design, that will going to be cherry on the cake. So these are the roles, like that's how these roles looks like. So better, the I know, like, this that much data nobody reads. This process looks good. You have shown me sub log fidelity. That's good. That's looks good again. And ये चलो, that UI part. But here don't know what, I don't know what this screen does. You have not highlighted the actual part. You have just written too much text again here. New to older. I don't know why did it came. Like, you are, if you're creating a your app, right? Even the spelling of sign up is like incorrect here. Even sign in spelling is also incorrect here, right? Uh, so please take care of these also. Again, don't know what is this. Why did you use this one? No decision making here. Like this, you need to explain. Like this way. You know, very precisely you need to explain. Why did you show on this? Like, in when you say I want to be product designer, UI UX designer, UI UX designers or product designer do not do anything for sake of doing it, right? It's better you always like put a decision behind it. Like, why did you do it, right? And precisely you need to put it. Okay, like that was the reason I thought of doing it this way. So that's how it works. Again, looks good. This wala part looks good to me, little a bit, but still, again, what is this now? User feedback, conclusion. Make sure to write, if you have like, if you chunk of the content, make sure to write that content in bulletins. Don't use this paragraph sort of content. Nobody reads it, right? Understand from your perspective. Like, if you are a senior designer and you are seeing that sort of portfolio, think like you are going through tens of thousands of, like, not thousands, but you are going through like, even like in big company, thousands of portfolios. Like, you're gonna short out like couple of them, and like like if you, for example, you have short out like 100 of the portfolios, and you'll have to check 100 of the portfolio. So you're gonna hold your attention to the portfolio which is giving you the thing that you're looking for, or giving you a very clear perspective what they have done in a very first go, within couple of seconds, right? If like, so that's why you have to make sure that in very first go you are letting them know what you have solved for. And there are thousands of mobile applications, so why is your app different from them, right? Why did you choose to go with this mocha project? Because that's a fictitious project, right? This is not the actual project. This is not the company project that someone was like imposing this project on you. It was a very much fictitious, right? Or might not be a real problem, right? So why did you choose to go with it? Do you have any data? Do you have anything that you thought of like before going for it? So that you'll have to make clear in the first go. Okay, I like, you'll have to tell a story. So I always check three things when I check any of the portfolio. One of that, documentation means presentation. How did you laid out your data on the presentation? Another thing, how did you carve the story? I call it storytelling. Like, how did you tell the story? Ki, how did you like go from very ideation, I mean, like very rough idea, to the final product? That story has to come out. Like, in each step I should, you'll have to hold me, you'll have to hold my attention, right? And the third, last but not least, I call it rational. the reasoning behind any decision that I said in the last. When you have created the screen, whatever the element did you use, whatever the visual, like visual representation of data you have like done there, you have to explain it to me very precisely. Why did you do that? Why did you create it that way? And it should not be looking very templatized. Use less text there. Make sure to use the images. You're already from graphics, right? So
So yeah.
understand the. Mhm.
So okay, so I'm just asking you one question. You, as you told, it is a templatized. So I didn't get you. So what is means actually templatizing?
Templatize means there are a whole lot of you just check any portfolio that looks very much similar to this.
Yes, as that's I told na, basically I am getting inspiration from them. So by same thing only I'm just creating such kind of things. So
Exactly.
could you please better actually there is told na there's a issue with me as basically so sort of I just need one help. As you told, I just noted it down. First one is documentation, second one is storytelling, and third one is reason behind it. So could you please tell me something kind of give me some kind of example through which I can ideal it to what should be there or some kind of projects, something like if you have some kind of portfolio or something kind of this, if you can share with me, then it will be good.
Definitely, I can just share my portfolio with you, and then you can go through the. These are basically real projects that I have done, but you can get the understanding of
Exactly.
what sort of project you need to create. Another thing on top of that, uh, when you have actually worked in the industry, then you can get a whole lot of text, right? Because you have worked on the real problem statement, and you have a lot of things to tell to the potential employer. But now it's very much fictitious, right? You already know, and the interviewer also know. They why are they coming to your portfolio is that like how you are solving the problem. Actually, the foundation of UI UX is solving the problem, and how you are solving. Basically, how well you understand to reach out to the solution. We call it design process, and one shoes never fits to all, right? One process never fits to all, and you have followed very ideal process. So that's why I got to know like it's very templatized version of the portfolio. So I can just give you an example. First, figure out a problem or find a problem that you can resonate with, that you deeply understand, right? For example, you frequently do travel by train. You have checked the IRCTC app, which is very pathetic, right? Fix that out. First thing what you need to do the user research, and don't need to use those adjectives. User research is very, in a very simple way I can just put it, user research is about knowing the problem statement from the customer. And people say it like putting yourself into customer shoe, right? You don't need to use very like I would say like very templatized words or adjectives there to explain that. Just use simple words there, in a layman language. Like I just reach out to the users, I talk to them, and then I deeply empathize with them, then I got the problem statement from there. Basically what you're doing there, आपको IRCTC में problem है, you got a problem in IRCTC app. Now you're collecting evidence around that. Like am I the only one who is having the problem, or there are other people who are facing the same problem? There can be two ways to do it. One is called primary research, when you directly talk to the customers, right? That is one way. And another one is called secondary research, where you just indirectly collect the data which is already available over the internet. For example, you just went to Google Play Store, right? And in Google Play Store, in reviews, you have collected the data. Or you just went to Twitter, that someone is posting about IRCTC app there. It's a very like glitchy app, a lot of bugs I'm seeing there, I'm not able to book my ticket. That's where you have collected the data. That means you have collected second-hand data, right? You've
That is the
analyzed.
direct and direct and indirect research. What is the name?
We call that primary research, means you directly talk to the users. Secondary research means you just collect the data from the available resources, I mean the
Okay, okay.
second hand data, right? And you just, once you like, now you have a data, then put it together, right? Now put it together, and then basically there is one activity called affinity mapping. You just extract the actionable insights from there. अब जो the data that you have collected might not be might not be complete I mean like complete data might not be actionable. On complete data you might not be able to work. There would be some fuddu data also which is not workable, right? In that case you'll be extracting the data which is useful for you,
So,
right?
sir,
And
so
then
Saurabh, sorry, you can continue.
I was saying just extract the data and then start working on that, which is called ideation process. That's where you
So,
just ideate.
as you here you have taken one name, empathy mapping. So, how
Affinity,
we
affinity mapping.
affinity.
Affinity
So, there
mapping.
is something kind of
And
empathy mapping also there, na?
Empathy mapping is something different. That's why I said the whole lot of processes. So you'll have to learn about those process, and then for example, these processes or the design process is basically a toolbox. You'll have to figure out where you need to use a screwdriver, where you need to use wrench, where you need to use this sort of plus, whatever the tools you have. Like you go to bike servicing, right? They do not use every tools like everywhere. They just figure out where, if you they are repairing your indicator of your bike, right? They're using very small like screwdriver, and they're opening it and then they're solving for it, right? You'll have to think that way, because that's a complete toolbox of solving a problem. You'll have to figure out, you'll have to pull up particular particular tool. You'll have to use that for particular set of problems, right? So uske liye first you'll have to I'm gonna like there are two ways to learn UI UX. First, learn and then implement, and then another one is implement and learn from it. Both of them works very well, right? So I'm gonna at least I'm gonna suggest you now, just pick a course without overwhelming yourself. Pick a course about UX and complete it. Whatever they are saying, follow it. Whatever the
Even
course you get over
could you
YouTube.
please recommend it kind of some kind of UX courses where I have should actually there is some live courses where I should join, or there is something there is also a LinkedIn also there is some kind of new courses that are introduced. So where I should be take the courses just because yeah, tell me.
Two things. One thing, I already teach somewhere, so I definitely gonna say use the come here, but that's not the thing I want to say to you. Another thing is that whatever you feel like, if you want to go for YouTube, there are a whole lot of like foreign channels. Indian designers are not creating that great content, to be very honest. Even I am creating that content, but Indian audience do not like the great content, right? So the good content they do not like, right? So what I'm gonna say, figure out some foreign channels and then start learning from there. Just search 10 best UI UX channels. Start you like collecting data from all 10 of them. Very simple. Or whatever works for you. If you want to get into course, get into course.
Saurabh, actually there is time end, I guess.
This meeting will be ending. You can just chit chat with me on LinkedIn. यार ये वीडियो मैं अपने दिल से बनाता हूँ। अगर इन वीडियो को आपको देखना पसंद है या फिर इस तरीके का आप और भी कंटेंट देखना चाहते हैं, तो प्लीज़ मुझे आप सपोर्ट करें, मेरे इस कंटेंट को लाइक करें, मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें एंड प्लीज़ इस कंटेंट को बाकी लोगों तक भी शेयर करें, जो इस तरीके का कंटेंट देखना चाहते हैं। आपके दोस्त हो सकते हैं, आपके फ्रेंड हो सकते हैं, आपके कलीग्स हो सकते हैं या फिर एनीवन हू इज़ इंटरेस्टेड इनटू वॉचिंग दीस सॉर्ट ऑफ कंटेंट। प्लीज़ मेरी वीडियो को लाइक ज़रूर करें।